turning AI experiments into reliable publishing workflows. That has been a key focus for us. While we've been developing our AI features, we're working closely with customers, so newsrooms, magazine publishers, content teams, to really understand where AI can help, and not just what's possible, but also what's practical. And together we have uncovered the features that will make the biggest difference in real workflows. And we have learned how to apply AI in a way that's useful, safe, and sustainable. So over the next few minutes, I will walk you through what we've built. We talk a little bit about the challenges that the publishing industry faces, the solutions that we have built based on our 25 years of industry experience, both as a vendor as well as a service provider, and our focus on AI-driven content creation and automated layout production. I also encourage you to think about your own workflows as we go along. So before diving into the solutions, let's ground ourselves in the reality many of our are living in every day. First, the ongoing shift from print to digital, and it's not just about changing formats, it's about meeting the relentless demand for real-time content across more platforms than ever. Then there is the fragmentation of tools, so editorial, planning, design. Often we see disconnected workflows leading to what we call content chaos. It slows you down, creates duplication, and makes collaboration harder than it should be. Add to that the financial pressure, so print and distribution costs are rising, while circulation and ad revenues continue to decline. And finally, the audience behavior is changing. So people consume content differently nowadays. Think about the short attention spans, high expectations from personalization and speed, but also something to look into in the AI era is zero click. So are visitors actually reaching your website, or is your content being consumed by AI vendors and shown to customers? So the question is how to respond and how to simplify and streamline your workflows, but still deliver quality at scale. So we help publishers respond to these challenges that we just mentioned, and we focus on enabling modern content operations, not just with software, but also with a combination of tools and integrations and experiences. So we bring print and digital together in a single workflow, so your teams can collaborate on content once and publish it everywhere, so no duplicated silos. So we help you manage your assets centrally, so visually, graphics and documents are easy to find, reuse and control. And we integrate the systems you already have. So CMS, planning, translation services, your content flows smoothly across the process, and we support this with a consultancy and best practices. Let's take a closer look at how our solutions fit together. So first of all, WoodWing Studio. This is where your teams create the content. It supports print first, digital first, and channel agnostic workflows. And each of these workflows can be mixed and matched. Secondly, WoodWing Assets. This is your central content hub for managing visuals and media. It's not just a library, it's a real workspace, so you can search, create, reuse, and collaborate on your assets all in one place. And finally, Connect. This is the glue between systems, so it allows you to integrate Studio and Assets with your CMS, your planning tools, and all the services that you already use today. It helps you automate the handovers and reduces manual steps and ensures a smooth content workflow. As we build out this picture, let's start in the center. So at the center of it all is the content itself, so the story, the assets, the layout. That's what everything resolves around. So now moving outwards, first we have the people, so internal teams, editorial, design, marketing, legal, external contributors like freelancers, agencies, and everyone needs to collaborate around the same content and often at the same time. And you have to ensure that you don't step on each other's toes. Next, very important, data. Think of metadata, rights, usage history, versioning. All of this needs to travel with your content. It makes your content discoverable, reusable, compliant. And without it, you're literally flying blind. And finally, of course, the channels, print, web, mobile. Content needs to be ready for all of them and often simultaneously. So when we talk about a connected ecosystem, this is what we mean. So content at the center, surrounded by people, data, systems, processes, and channels, all working in perfect harmony. Now let's talk about what AI adds on top of this strong foundation. So AI is opening up real opportunities to boost efficiency, but it only works when applied in the right places. So we've worked closely with our customers to identify where AI can help and build the features that help real publishing workflows. So today we're focusing on the features in WoodWing Studio. So let's walk through them. I've highlighted 3 features for today's webinar. So the first one is the AI assistant in the digital editor. The digital editor can be used to create digital first or channel neutral content, and the assistant helps you with tasks like generating titles, both print or SEO optimized titles, doing a SEO check, doing a copy edit check, and give tips on where to improve your article. It can help you to translate your content in different languages. And what we've done is we've integrated it right into the product as a side panel, so the user can access it without having to switch tools, and they can review the suggestions before making changes to the story itself. Secondly, AI-powered copy fitting. So traditionally, when text doesn't fit, you have to manually trim the text, or you have to send the design back to the designer to make the text fit. And both, of course, is a time-consuming step in the workflow. We took a slightly different approach to copy fitting. So we're not just rewriting the story all at once. The downside of that is that since the AI will completely change the story, you also have to put the story back into the review process, and that the original author might not be available at that point in time. So what we've done is that instead of rewriting the full story, we show shortened sentences, and the editor can select which sentences to select and shorten the story without having to review a full rewritten article. This shortens the review cycle significantly. And finally, AI layout automation. This is where we use AI to generate full pages based on your content and design rules. But let's go into that a little bit more in detail. So AI layout automation combines your team's design expertise with AI-generated layouts suggestions that saves hundreds of hours of repetitive work while keeping every page fully editable in InDesign. It's an automation that supports and amplifies your team's output. You save time by automating the repetitive parts of the layout production, but you maintain full creative control. So every page that the AI generates can be opened and refined in InDesign, just like any other layout. And secondly, the team can decide which pages to automate and which pages to design manually. It's a very flexible approach that lets you mix and match based on time, complexity, and creative needs. What's very important is that the system is based on your designs. So although your designs are in our system, we are not, of course, sharing them to the outside world. With the use of so-called blueprints, we ensure that a consistent flow of the articles over a section. So with the blueprint, you can really define the outer dimensions of an article and not let an AI engine, for example, make the articles as a whole bigger or smaller, because that is against most customers' design principles. Then one of the biggest shifts, so why would you apply AI layout automation, is that you move away from fixed templates. So instead of having to rely on a limited set of static designs, editorial teams have now access to hundreds of thousands of flexible compositions, all generated dynamically based on the content at hand. And every building block is human designed, so it ensures that it is exactly on brand. But we are not stopping there. So in the next quarter, we're taking the next step to make the process even more efficient. So once an article is placed by AI layout automation, or ILA in short, there might be still some small over or underset. Rather than sending the article or the layout back in the workflow, we ask AI to make some slight changes to the position and the size of the frames to make the text fit. So by principle, we don't make any changes to the text itself. For that, we have the other feature. It's a subtle but powerful improvement that saves time and keeps the layout clean and consistent. So let's have a quick look at the video of this feature in action. So what we see here is the pages as they are created by your page planning solution with the already placed ads. As a user, you can select the pages for which you want to run the layout automation. And now we see the system automatically laying out the pages along the stories along the pages. There's also a creative aspect to this. So what is a lead story? What is a secondary story? That is a creative decision. So as a user, you can make those changes on the fly. So for example, in this case, I make this a secondary story and I would like to have it on page 6. Now rerun the algorithm and you see that the pages are and the story placements is updated. In the background, the system ensures that always the best article shape is selected so that that you don't have to manually copy fit the story afterwards. When you are ready and happy with the result, you can hit the Compose Pages button. This will send the pages to InDesign server in the background to place the shapes and the stories, the images on the pages. So when that comes back, so this is an example of a result. You can now see that all the stories are placed on the page, and you can continue your existing workflow either directly in the browser. So this is our print editor, or you can finish up the design in InDesign or InCopy. So as we close, I want to highlight some of the principles that I think you should apply when selecting AI features and enable AI features within your workflow. It's very important that you respect your brand. So any AI generated outputs must align with your brand identity and design standards. I think consistency is non-negotiable. Second, you should support, not replace. AI is here to assist, not take over. So ensure that there is always a human in the loop. It should boost creativity. So AI should help to spark ideas, offer alternatives, and it should remove the clutter. So basically, free up the team to work on the real creative bits and do the repetitive tasks. Let those perform by AI. Finally, stay intentionally. So be deliberate about where you apply AI. So, for example, the decision whether something is a lead story or a secondary story, that is really a creative decision that should be taken by a human. But then all the actions afterwards, there I can help you. So please keep these principles in mind to ensure that AI becomes really a trusted party in your workflow.